Hello and welcome to Digitslaw. So now I'll show you how to create an invoice for a client for a specific matter. So here in this example, I have opened here a matter for a client that has over $9,000 in billable that needs to be invoiced. To access this, you can do that from the matter and select the matter. You can also do that from client. You don't even have to always go through the dashboard. You can always just click on create new invoice and start from there as well. So let's create an invoice. So I can select that matter. I can choose if I want to submit the invoice for approval. So every time you want to create an invoice, it takes you to this section here to select what template you want and if you want to submit that invoice for an approval. The approval flow is great if you work in a business or you have a law firm that have different people that can sort of create an invoice, but you have a different person like a senior partner or a practice head or a managing partner approve the invoice. You can also select what date range you want to search for an invoice, whether you want to search for all unbilled flat fees, expenses, time entries, or if you want to pick unbilled that are within a certain range. You can also choose to add like sales tax to billable expenses that you've already set up for your client. So once you have selected what you want on this section here, you can click on next. When you click on next, it would show you all the flat fees that have not been billed. Here, if you wanted to see how to create a flat fee, you can watch one of the videos we've done in the past, which is also in the playlist. You can also add in any unbilled client expense that you have not billed to your clients, and also any time entries that have not been billed for your client as well. In the invoice section here, you can add a new flat fee. So let's say there's a date range that is not shown and you want to add something. You can also create a brand new flat fee as well from your invoice. So you don't have to do that from the flat fees module. Same thing with add expenses. You can add a brand new expense and create a new brand new expense through the flow here as well. And it will then add it to the invoice. And same thing with time entries. You can create a new time entry as well, and it will add that to the invoice. So now, once you're done adding all that and you're verified all the flat fees, expenses, and time entries, you can send it. If you wanted to add in any specific taxes, so if you wanted to add taxes for your flat fee, you can add taxes that you've set up in your settings section. So I can put in like 5% GST for the flat fee. You can also add taxes to your to your expenses, to your time entries, and you can choose different types of flat fees. And it will all show up at the bottom here after your subtotal. You can also add in discounts. So you can add discounts as a percentage, or you can add discounts as a flat amount, say $500. If you wanted to accept payments, you can set up payments as well. So you can accept payments through online payments using Stripe, PayPal, Paystack, Flutterwave. You can also put in your bank information, so you don't have to always write that into the notes. You can select your bank information that you've already stored in the bank account section. You can also change which bank accounts you want or create a new bank account in the process as well. You can send payment reminders if you want to as well to your clients. And so once you look through this one more time, just make sure everything is what you want. You can set the due date as well. Once you have done all that and reviewed it, you can click on Save as Draft. And it's created this as a draft invoice. You can then review it one more time, make sure everything looks correct and everything is good to go. You can click on send, and click on send via more options. Click on send via email. It would pull the email address of your client. You can also add in some BCC if you want to add in some people that you want to be CC'd. Say you want to CC someone in your firm, or you want to BCC someone. You can add in some personal messages as well to your clients, and you click on send. Once it's sent, then you can go back here and you would see that now the invoice has been sent and is now been marked as not paid with a balance of how much it's owed, which is the subtotal plus the taxes we had added before. If you wanted to record payments later on, so if you received payments directly to your bank and you wanted to record payments, you can click on the action here, click on add payments, and it will take you to the page that allows you to add how much has been paid and where it was deposited. Another way to get here is to open up the invoice and click on record payments, and then it will take you there as well. You can choose to put a certain amount, whether it is the full amount, or you can put in a smaller amount, say 2,000 here. Choose how the payment was sent. Maybe it was a cash or bank transfer, where you deposited the money, which is the bank account that you have recorded. And then you can click on add payments. Once you've added payments, it would show up in the balance of the invoice. You can also see the details of the payments records as well here, where to keep a history of all the payments that have been recorded. Because we paid less than the amount of the invoice, is marked right now as a partial paid invoice. And if you get more money to this invoice, you can come back here and check that. And so now when you go back to that matter that this is related to, you would then see now that if you remember, we started out with a billable that was about 9,000. Because we've invoiced it, portions of it has been paid, which is the 2,000, and the balance that is due is also showing up here. And so you can then see that all information also tracking here in terms of how much hours have been spent, how much is billable, and how much of it has been billed. And so with Digitslaw, you can have a full all-in-one system that allows you to track your invoices, your time entries, your matters, everything related to your client from this dashboard. If you also wanted to check your accounts reports, you can see in your accounts reports all the information that has been recorded, including the journal entries for what you've done now. So everything is also generated in the product.